Keep filming, Petey.
Hyun's going to try and be peacemaker, and he's like, guys, come on, we got 15 minutes, so we got to do the witch board. We're so close to hitting 1 million subscribers. We can't do this right now. Look, I mean...
Okay, Hyeon, that's fine. We'll talk about it later, Enoch.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Enoch, look, I feel like you need to say sorry.
Maya's cut the signal. Like she says, gotta get back in line. Come on, everyone's gotta get in shape. We gotta hit this. We gotta get this last thing, and then we got 1 million subscribers.
We cannot.
People will ask in the chat where the knife went. I mean, we can't just...
get it. It went over here.
Great, thanks.
Marco, your phone begins to vibrate in your pocket.
1 second, Hyun, would you get the knife?
Yeah. Hyun just goes over, naively just picks up the knife and starts to bring it back to Enoch.
You threw it pretty far. When you get over there, you see the box has fallen open, and you have to go look around for the knife. Meanwhile, you get a call from Maya. It's like, Marco, babes, what's going on?
Hey, Maya, it's
Look,
it's so good, so good.
I love what you do. You're still the best, but you got to focus. We're not a reality show here. We're not we're not the one of these island shows or any of that stuff where they feed on drama.
I get it, but you pull in the viewers. I get it, but listen,
look, I'm just saying,
you're not seeing something all of a sudden,
and she's our bread and butter in this, babes. Really,
okay.
you just gotta, ease off on her a little bit.
All right. Yeah, no.
Hey, look, things are going great. We're real close to being viral here. We're so close. We're almost there.
It's gonna be amazing. Hey, did you know Enoch, reckons he can see stuff?
Well, I mean, he's mentioned some things. I mean, but look, he's not the camera. He's not great in front of a camera. That's why we have Corrina, right? But
no,
but if he says something,
absolutely.
I'd give him a little bit of attention. Don't just dismiss it.
Hey, and what about M? Is she good? People like an M?
Well,
from Phantom Patrol, what do you know?
Phantom Posse. They're okay. They're okay. They're good. I don't.
But is she pushing us up?
Oh, pushing us up?
We getting some of their ratings? Well, are we getting some of their numbers?
I honestly don't know. I haven't seen that much mention of her, to be honest. But look, let's just focus. We're 15 minutes away from the board, which board time. We're going good. I got the final VT going so that we can, build it up to this. We're going to get these final subscribers in, and we're going to be golden. We're going to be sold.
Okay.
You've got this.
So we're doing a witch board. We'll get the Corrina's there. We'll get the final moment. Do you want the knife in this? The thing with
it seems a little divisive. I think we should just stick with the witch board at this point.
You sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Look,
right. Well,
you've got this. You're still the best.
On board.
You look great.
You're the best.
You're gonna do fine. Just stay focused. We've got this.
Okay, we got this. Okay, my
Spektral Krew is me and you.
Me and you. Spektral Krew is me and you.
Exactly.
Laters.
Meanwhile, Hyeon, give me a spot hidden roll.
Okay. That's 75 out of 40.
I mean,
big fail.
It landed amongst some rocks. You can't find it, but you already hear people sort of setting up, beginning to sort of set up where the witch board is going to be. You're having a hard time finding it.
Okay. If I crack a glow stick, carry on looking for it a little bit more, maybe push the roll a little bit.
If you want to spend 5 more minutes, you can spend some more time looking over there.
Yeah, unless someone's calling me back and saying forget about it, he's going to carry on.
Well, they are going to need you to finish up the cameras because they want Maya wants full coverage on this witch board. It is the main event here.
Oh, okay. All right, he scoots back to the group then. And he starts getting everything set up.
Okay, everybody, we got to be sharp on this. We need cameras on the table here, prepared to move around, head cameras on. Remember, mine's busted, so I need at least one camera on me at all times. Huh?
I got a camera.
Yours?
Yeah, I'll put this one on. I got the big main one here.
Oh, Petey. Good man.
Then
okay,
whatever you do on the yes board, and that'll be okay.
Okay, Corrina, babe, beauty. You're a star of the show right now. What have we got? How you feeling? What can we do?
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be great, Marco. I mean, it's gonna be great. Let me take it out of my bag and let's set it up. I have the dagger. I have this coin of Morbius. We're gonna use all of this.
Plague Master. You got the book as well.
To tie it up. It's gonna be great.
Okay. Anything I can do? Do you want M here, or should we push her to the back, send her away? Whatever you need.
You actually don't see M.
I mean, if she must be in the shadows right now. Just if she can stay there, I just don't want her to be disruptive. She has been quite respectful tonight. I'll give her that, even if I don't think that she should be here. So, it should be fine. It should be fine.
We're going live soon. So if you're about, you need to stay out of shot.
Pete wants to go over to Marco and say, "Hey, Marco, maybe Enoch can, just keep an eye out for her. Keep Enoch away from Corrina,
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Enoch.
Yeah, Marco.
How you feeling?
I'm good. Sorry. I got to keep you all safe and.
Yeah. And you do, Enoch. You're like remember the dog in the advert with the barrel under its neck on the mountains? The saved everybody.
Saint Bernard.
Yeah, Bernard. That's right. The dog called Bernard. Listen, you got it. You're gonna save us all. You're doing great. Listen, Corrina's gonna do her thing. Yeah, I need you to not do your thing when she's doing her thing. Yeah. So if you have like a moment or something like that, just step outside. Just keep it to yourself because we got to do the real business in here. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then, we'll all get out of here. And then when we get out of here, we're all safe and sound. We'll crack a beer. You can tell us everything you want to tell us about all the stuff that you've been thinking about. Okay?
Okay, Marco.
Okay, bud. You got this, Spektral Krew. Come on, you finish it.
Yes, me and you.
Me and you. Okay, pal. Okay. Corrina, let's do this.
I'll go and look for M.
Okay. So Enoch, after your little chat with Marco, you head off to search for M, and you find her sort of at the back of the room, back of this chamber, sort of watching at a distance. She's sort of staring in that direction, but doesn't really have any kind of expression on her face. She just sort of acknowledges you when you approach. It's just almost time.
M, will this lead us to the Shadow Man?
Yes.
Okay. I'm not gonna go and interrupt. I'll stand towards the back with M and carry on watching.
We should move a little closer though.
Okay. And I'll move a little bit closer with it.
Make a power roll.
Meanwhile, Hyeon, you see that your new subscriber count is in, and you're very close. Maya has said that you're still getting super chats, a lot of big ones. There's been a couple $100 ones, a few 50s in there. The money's rolling in from that, and the viewer count is over 12,000 now.
Wow, it's like guys, we're so close to 1 million. I can feel it.
Yeah, you're literally like 313 at this point.
Yep.
And you're actually watching the subscribers going up as you're watching, kind of like tick 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 tick. Jumping 4, 5,
He's like
10.
focusing in on that. He's like
as it's going up. Corrina, you get your witchboard set up in the center of the altar. Now, who's going to be doing the witchboard with you? Who's going to be with their hands on the planchette for the actual?
I mean, it has to be Marco. It has to be.
Absolute, doll. You got this. You and me, huh? With the faces of the crew.
Once again, it's down to us. It is our responsibility, Marco, to get rid of evil tonight.
Right. So within this pool of light in the center of this crypt, the two of you are there with the planchette, the dark witchboard on the stone. Enoch and M standing just a bit back out of the circle of light, but you can make them out nearby. Hyeon focusing on all the feeds, making sure everything is coming through clear. Pete running the camera, and Maya begins counting you down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and you see the little live feed come up again, Hyeon.
I'll very quietly turn to the camera. Here we are, in a crypt. Corrina is in her place. We're using the witchboard. We're communing. And to quote Corrina, to quote her word for word, she said that we have a responsibility to get rid of evil tonight. A very special lady with very special power. Corrina, talk us through what we gotta do.
Marco, dear viewers at home, tonight we will use the board to try to contact the dead and try to contact Morbius, who is the god worshipped by some of the monks, some sort of secret society of monks within the monastery. He is a god of sickness, and a god of flies and insects. We don't know yet if the dead want us to stay or if they want us to go, but we'll try our best to get rid of the negativity and all the evil trapped on this island. This might be extremely dangerous. We are gonna need your support. We are risking our life, our soul, and our sanity for you, but for all who need this place to go, peacefully now. Let's begin. I go back to the board. I have both my hands on it. Marco as well, I guess. So the way it's working, I suppose, is that we ask questions and then the thingy moves on letters? Yeah, great.
Is that the technical?
Oh, great. Fantastic. Thank you, Marco.
That's what Marco should say. We put the hands on and the thingy moves and...
Yes, it's called a tentacle, but that's fine. That's fine. We are not alone here tonight. Spirits, are you here?
Can I open up the site?
Yes.
Cool.
Pete will play a pre-recorded whisper.
Hyeon, you pick it up on the feed. You know what he's doing. But Enoch, as you're watching, you see this sort of this cloud around the altar, and you see this dark swarm around the planchette in their hands. You asked, "Is anyone here?" And you feel the planchette moving to yes.
It says yes.
Are you here for good? Do you have good intents?
It starts to move around. No.
Oh, it says no.
The feed Hyeon is going wild with people reading this like, holy shit, this is real. And there's a few like, oh, this is so fake. They're just pushing it around for the drama. There's always the trolls on there. Maya's doing their best to keep out the worst ones, but they're still getting through.
He's going to pass on the good stuff. He's going to be like, guys, it's great. This is the best thing they've ever seen. Come on.
Hyeon, keep it down.
Come on, keep it down.
Are we talking to a diseased? Are we talking to a monk right now?
It slides. No.
Are we talking to a former patient, maybe, of the island?
It jerks quickly over to no. It almost sort of like pulls at you a little bit, and both of you probably are thinking of the other one. Like, I think they'd be trying to work too hard at this.
Who are we speaking to?
It moves to an H.
H?
Over to A.
A?
It jerks over to S. T. A.
T.
L. And it jerks out of your hands entirely. and it moves to the Y and the K on its own on the board without you touching it. And it repeats it. HASTLALYK. And it keeps going back and forth. And then it HASTALYK. And then it launches off of the board, and the planchette goes spinning off into the darkness. There's a loud crack as the board splits in the middle. The stone beneath it splits, and the room shudders and trembles as it just rocks begin falling from the ceiling, and you hear crumbling rock from the side. I need everyone to give me a luck roll.
Oh, luck. I'm okay with luck.
A hard success from Pete, 11 over.
Failure.
25 over 49, so success for me.
I got 95.
Who's rolling for M's?
I got a 56 over 52.
Ooh.
But I'll use Enoch to make that a 3.
All right. Did anyone fail?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you get hit. You get struck by falling debris.
Okay.
So Corrina, you're gonna take 4 points of damage from a rock as it cracks you on the side of the head and your shoulder. Who else? Okay, that makes sense. You're both right in the middle. Marco, you take 4 from damage as a rock falls. There's a cloud of dust belches from the back of the room, sort of filling the air as the lights sort of begin to flicker.
What did I take, Alex? Sorry, did I miss that?
An extreme.
Oh, extreme failure. Okay, so you're just going to take 6. In fact, we can say that being the gallant individual you are, you probably like leaned over M to take the hit that was going to hit her. Just going. You took this big rock right in the back and the upper shoulders, as you was sort of pushed forward.
That's what happened with me and Corrina. She tried to protect me and got hit by a rock.
Yeah. Exactly. The shuddering quiets down after a moment, so it's suddenly extremely quiet. There's this heavy dust in the air.
Boss, Corrina, you okay? That must have been some kind of earthquake.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm okay. I'm all right.
Hyeon, are we still alive? Did that?
Holy shit! Is everybody else okay?
He's like, guys, we got 1 million. We got 1 million subscribers.
The last message you got from Maya says, "We did it, guys. We went viral."
Oh my God! Camera.
Yeah. No, I got it, boss. What was the name of that thing that was?
Everybody's okay. Thank you to you at home. You've been amazing. We've been amazing.
Enoch, do you have a medikit?
Yeah, I can help anybody out.
Guys,
I'm going to need somebody to maybe have a quick look at my back. But
he's broke 1 million subscribers. Walk it off. Come on. Give the boss his moment.
Pete, the name was, thanks Enoch. The name was Hastalik. It was HASTALYK. Hastalik.
What does that mean?
It's a name. Corrina, is that a name?
Yeah. I mean, we asked his name and he told us his name.
What do you want, Hastalik?
No, please stop saying his name.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
didn't you fucking see, Marco?
Yeah, but
we asked, do you have good intents? And he said, no. That's what he said. Stop saying his name.
Oh, it's subjective, isn't it? It could be like his bad intents is Enoch's good intents, for all I know. It's just it's subjective. It's
subjective when we take some fucking rocks on our heads. That's what you say, Marco.
Viewers at home, you can see that a few of us. This is a very hot spot for the activities.
Marco, there are no viewers at home. The feed's been cut. We've only got 2 viewers. Someone called DSS1 and Ultima Unum.
What?
What the hell?
It's gone down. We've lost connection, man.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
What was it? DSS1 and who?
Ultima Unum. They've been one of our they've been giving us money through this whole thing. I've got to figure this out. I've got to get us back online.
Okay, you have a look and get us back online. The rest of us, Corrina, are we thinking about packing up? Are we thinking about getting out of here?
Right. I mean, that's so weird. We are not connected, but we still have 2 viewers, right? Why?
DSS1. Why do I know that? I feel like I know that.
They were just viewers. I guess they were watching this whole time. I don't know where the rest have gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's so weird that we have still 2 of them and not the rest.
Hey, Marco, why don't you give a shout out to the viewers and ask them if they're still watching and see if they know anything.
See if they know who that historic guy is.
Alex, would I, just in terms of my Italian, I'm just wondering whether Marco would know this, in terms of my Italian and remembering the recording that we listened to, would I be able to connect any dots there?
Probably. Actually, yeah, that's a fair point. Well, I mean, if you as a player do, then that's you can certainly do that, yeah.
Marco keeps copious notes.
Yeah. So yeah, you don't no role needed. You remember that.
Hyeon, the recording we listened to with do you remember with the Colonel Rossi, we got to get moving, Bianco. In there was something about the DSS.
Yeah, he said. I remember you said fuck Rossi, and then it broke up, and then he said something about DSS.
Yeah. That's what I'm remembering. So the DSS is that like a group or a person or whatever? Because if they're listening now, and they were a part of this, then what the fuck? What the fuck are they?
Is it the military? Are they watching us? Is that what the cameras were? Is that what the boat I saw was?
Oh, fuck. Do you really think that's like the police or something?
Hey, if this is military, we got to pack up this shit. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Guys, we got a message from Ultimo Unum. It just says, come to me.
The hell's that?
Ultimo Unum.
Ulti-Unum?
Let me reply to him.
Ultimatum?
Say, where are you?
Where are you?
Who are you?
Yeah, maybe who are you?
Because if it's that Phantom crew bringing explosives near us to bust Altar open, I'm not going to be impressed with that.
Don't think they're rigging explosives and shit.
That's reckless. That is Phantom posse, whatever. That's not on.
I mean, it's got to be. Who heard of ghost using the internet? Goddamn. He said go to the tunnel.
Tunnel? What tunnel's that?
How is acting M right now? What is she doing?
She sort of wandered off. She wandered off toward the far end of the crypt area, away from where the stairs are.
Getting the hell out of Dodge like we should be getting out of Dodge. Where's the tunnel? Maybe this guy's got a boat.
Have we seen a tunnel? Petey, have a look around. Everybody lights up. Glow sticks. Is there a tunnel in here?
Marco, are we really gonna follow the advice of some weird creep on the internet? Shouldn't we just get out?
Listen, if Lateral has got a way out of here that we can make out of here, then maybe if they're a friend, that's where we're going.
Marco? How would they know?
I don't know, but they seem to know what's going on here. We got the DSS bloody watching us from 1950, whatever. You want to walk back through this place? You has to lick on your freaking ass.
Marco, we need to cut the connection. We need to cut the camera, and we need to run towards the beach.
Well, the boat's not going to be there. The boat's, we got another 6 hours or so.
We'll wait on the boat. We'll wait on the beach.
I also think that if we get to the bridge and get across the bridge, whatever it is that's after us, I don't think it can cross.
Yeah, I remember there was a water at the bridge. Everybody, we need to get to the bridge, and we got to get across the bridge.
So we are not going inside some weird tunnel because one of the weird viewers is telling us to do that.
Does the tunnel lead us out to the bridge?
We don't know this, guys. Here's just some guy on the internet. Look, I mean, the only thing we should be worried about is this DSS. If they're coming for us, we're going to get locked up. We're going to get arrested. Come on, guys.
Okay, yeah, no, we need to get out of here. We got to get out of here quick as well. When those guys come in, they come in hard.
Yeah, Pete's going to start packing up his stuff as they're like...
At least a few of the cameras are broken at this point. You can probably still get any memory cards out, but
yeah,
the cameras themselves are broken from the damage. You probably kept your main one safe because you were using it, but...
Okay.
Any equipment we can salvage, we salvage. If not, memory cards, we take the footage, we take what we got. What are we doing? Are we going back the way we came, or
yes, the way we came? Can someone can try to call Mia maybe? I'll see what's going on.
I'm going to text. I'll text her now. I'm just going to say we're going to ditch the equipment and just get out of there. We'll leave the repeaters behind. I think if we get busted, then it's going to be way more trouble.
You realize you're getting no signal.
Okay, damn it.
It's the repeaters, man. They've gone. We've lost everything. But before they did, we hit 1 million subscribers.
You did it, boss. It's going to be great.
We did it.
Yeah,
we did
congrats,
it.
Guy. Congrats.
Me and you. We did it. Absolutely, Corrina, as a family.
I bet we're getting more subscribers to our dead feed than we were just before. I mean, everyone's going to be wondering what's happening.
It was very dramatic.
Blowing up.
Hey, Hyeon, do you think we could go back to that radio shack and maybe look someone up there and just let people know we're okay?
Well, let's go get outside, see if we get some signal, because if we do, we can get ourselves running to the bridge. We can get some,
that's right.
I mean, drone shot.
Let's get out.
All right. So you guys make your way over the stairs
to the bridge,
and you can see that the stones above have collapsed and utterly sealed it.
Oh, shit.
Enoch.
Okay. I take out my camera, and I'm just taking some pictures now, just so that we've got some evidence of this traumatic.
These are big stones that came down when this place shook.
Can you lift those rocks, Enoch?
So I can't lift any of them.
No.
Okay.
Can I lift any of them?
You know, maybe if you have some big, maybe you have some decent tools, like if you had a big crowbar or something like that. But yeah.
Lock and tackle. That's what you want.
Okay. Back into the crypt. Let's look around. But there's got to be a secret little entrance or exit or something like that. If anybody finds a tunnel,
in fact, you do see one at the far end. It was where there used to be a monk statue.
Oh.
The monk statue itself is fallen and broken, but you see beyond, the back wall has fallen open, and you see a tunnel beyond. It's very narrow.
Is M gone down there?
You don't know.
Or is it?
You don't see it. You can see it going out from this direction, though. If you want to give me a spot hidden.
Okay. A regular success, 44 over 60.
Yeah, you're not sure. You don't see it. You're not a tracker. You don't necessarily see any signs of it, but
damn it, Enoch.
It's quite possible. You didn't see her anywhere else.
Guys, where did M go? She seems to have disappeared.
Oh, she was with you.
Well, when the rock fell on me, weirdly, I didn't see exactly where she walked off.
Oh, come on, man. One job.
That is weird. I mean, she didn't even talk to us or anything. She just went quietly.
She seemed so scared, Ned, when we found her at the cremation pit.
Yeah, she couldn't stop talking on now.
We can talk about she's gone. She's before she.
Well, there's only one way out.
Pete's
there's
right.
only one way out, and we're gonna have to go down there.
Just don't call it a tunnel.
Okay.
Just think of it as an escape route. We ain't going to no tunnel to meet nobody.
I mean,
everybody follow me. Glow sticks out. Let's go.
We're going to get to the end of this tunnel, and the Phantom Posse are going to be waiting.
Are you guys filming any of this as you go, or are you?
No.
No. Any equipment we've got, we might be taking footage.
Right,
live,
you can
just
always
taking
play
footage.
later and have something special or whatever. You enter this sort of narrow passage. As you sort of emerge at the other end, maybe 50 feet later, you find yourself in some sort of catacomb that looks like it dates back to the 3rd century CE or earlier.
Is that like Roman times?
Yeah, that would be.
So around the walls there are dozens of shelves cut into the stone, and each contains human remains that consist mainly of bones and dust. Looking around, it seems that the only exit is a 2-foot wide passage on the far wall. The ceiling here is only about 6 feet. It's very claustrophobic.
Okay.
I guess if that's the only way, then everybody breathe in.
Okay.
Follow me.
Chuck a glow stick down there, boss. See where it goes.
Oh yeah.
Marco, you're sure you want to go first?
You volunteering, Corrina?
I mean,
I mean, somebody's got to wriggle their ass through.
Hey, no, whoa. Listen,
It's just the fact that, you just got hit by a rock. I think that
I
maybe,
get it. So did you. So did Enoch.
And that's why I think that Pete or Hyeon could go first.
I can go first. I can squeeze through there, no problem.
Perfect.
You
thanks.
sure, Hyeon?
Yeah, I got my head cam's working. My glow
Okay, you
stick.
go through. I'm gonna have a hand on your back. I'll be right behind you.
Okay.
So as you go in, I mean, even you going through Hyeon, and you're probably one of the skinnier of the group. You can actually sort of, your shoulders almost touch the walls as you sort of have to almost chin sideways to get through here. Enoch's going to have a rough time. I mean, you're not going to get stuck necessarily at this point, but you're definitely, feeling it.
I'm 6 foot.
Exactly.
6,
Yeah.
so,
Well, right.
I'm
That's it. You're having to duck. You're already having to duck, and now you have to go completely sideways and sort of, kind of push through with the occasional bone or something, or a bit of cloth sort of getting dragged on you as you push through.
Power roll.
Oh, literally my worst nightmare, personally.
Stuck?
You begin going down there, and you quickly realize that this place feels almost like a maze, sort of cut into the living rock. You pass countless niches piled with bones and skulls. You can't help but notice the occasional reflection of little sort of trinkets and valuables that have sort of been left with the dead, presumably final offerings, on some of these shelves in the back as your light catches them.
Pete might acquire a souvenir.
Okay. Every so often the tunnel opens up a bit, but around the next corner it tightens up again. The occasional passage goes off left and right. Then there are little tunnels with more shelves along the side. It's pretty complex.
As I'm crawling through, I'll call back to the guys. I'll be like, guys, I don't know which way to go here. I mean, there's all these tunnels. I don't know which way to go.
Oh, go left.
I call back, Corrina. Would use the force, Corrina. Which way should we go?
Always go left, boss.
There is no force right now, okay? I don't see anything. Just pick one.
Do I feel anything, Alex? Because I've still got the sight open.
Actually, what you have the strong sensation of being watched.
Not what I was looking for, but
From everywhere.
Correct. Literally from everywhere. So, Pete, you said you were going to try and snag a little something off the shelves, a little five-finger discount.
Absolutely. There's
okay.
something.
Give me a
maybe some kind of holy relic.
Now, are you going to try and do it so the rest don't see, or?
Sure, it's dark. Maybe.
Just give me a sleight of hand, and I'll give you a bonus die on that because it's dark and everyone's kind of focused elsewhere.
Here we go. That is just a regular success.
Okay.
50 out of 6.
That's enough. You have to kind of work anyway. So you kind of reach in with your hand as if you're going to brace yourself, and you pick up this what looks like an actual gold coin. Heavy. It feels like gold. You don't look at it too close because you don't want to draw attention to it. Pulling it back, and a hand reaches out of a thing and grabs yours hard.
Oh, he's gonna yell.
Give me a sanity check.
No, that's 89 over. What is it now? 69. So yeah.
So you're gonna take 5 points of sanity damage.
Hey.
As this thing begins crawling out at you.
Can we see this?
In a moment, you will. Yeah, because you just heard him yelp, so you haven't quite turned yet, but. You see it. You see the head is sort of like sideways, and it's like it is reaching out for you with the other hand is holding your wrist. The rest of you all turn, and you actually only people only people on either side of you are going to be able to see because there's not really people who really can't see. All they hear is some kind of commotion. So who's closest to you at this point?
What was the order? It was Hyeon, Marco. Who was next?
Corrina,
and
then I guess Pete, then Enoch.
Pete and Enoch.
That Pete, then Enoch. Okay, so basically, Corrina and Enoch, you two, you both see this. So I'll need sanity checks from both of you.
Okay. I got 95.
Ooh,
93.
Okay, that's special. All right, so Enoch 5. Oh, and Corrina 6. As you see, literally this corpse reaching out and grabbing Pete and and it's sort of crawling out at him. At the same time, you also hear stirring in some of the others. little scratchings, little movement, the occasional whisper.
Okay, I'm gonna scream, run. Run! And I bloody hope that Hyeon and Marco are gonna run, because I can't run if they don't.
What do you mean run?
Do you guys run?
Run from what?
Happy boss, run for your life.
All right,
I'm gonna push Marco ahead.
Yeah,
I'm pushing Hyeon.
I try and grab the body off of Pete and try and yank the hands, so grab the arms and try and kind of let him free.
All right. So
Enoch's got this.
You don't even have to make a strength roll. This thing sort of just sort of slides off him, and one of the fingers kind of breaks. They seem very fragile as you grab a hold to pull it off.
Okay.
But you look as more hands begin sort of reaching out to either side.
Okay. I kind of push Pete to try and get him to move on.
Now again, keep in mind that this is very
get
tight.
out of
It's
here.
dark. You guys in front have no idea what's going on at this point. You just hear a lot of movement, and you're hearing people screaming.
Oh!
Just go, boss. Just go.
We need
What
to
the
get out
hell?
of here. We need to get out of here.
Run!
They're pushing on you.
Right.
Guys, what's all the noise?
Hyeon, just keep going, Hyeon.
What?
I don't know, they're all like close spaces.
Hyeon starts bombing it
Okay.
down. He's like squeezing through the passages.
Yeah, and pretty soon you come to a large area. You're able to sprint a little bit and go on. So you guys begin just sort of moving your way just straight through, as straight as you can through these catacombs, and you quickly get away from where this was happening. But behind you can sort of begin hearing them move, and you starting to hear footsteps, kind of shambling, scratching of bone on stone as things are, in your imaginations, you can see these corpses dragging themselves off their shelves, and they begin sort of shambling behind you in the dark. You can't see them, but you know they're coming, and you continue on through the catacombs, making your way. Enoch, the others don't hear this, but you hear them talking to you, all of them, and there's sort of overlapping voices, but you can make out what's being whispered to you. Join with us. Join with us. Join with us. And you hear a few in English, but you also hear some in Italian, German, other languages. One that sounds Latin, Greek, or even languages far older, all whispering, "Join with us. Join with us. Join with us."
I'm gonna shout. I'm not gonna join with you.
You gotta come with us. Come on, man. You gotta come with us.
What are you saying, Enoch? Just come.
For God's sake.
They're trying to speak to me. They're telling me to join them. We need to get out of here, guys.
So after about what feels like an eternity as you're squeezing through this, but maybe it's only been 15, 20 minutes of making your way through these. Hyeon, you're the first one to come out the other side, and you come into this larger area with not the older stone, not the older just stone, but actual carved stone steps that lead up to an archway on the other side of this series of catacombs, smooth steps that ascend into a much larger room. As you sort of step out and shine your light around, you can see that this appears to be some sort of large temple from the Roman era, based on the architecture. There's a high vaulted ceiling overhead supported by broad pillars carved with worn depictions of terrifying images of skeletal bodies being dumped into pits, gigantic worms swallowing men whole, and standing above, groups of robed men engaged in zealous worship of a tall, narrow shape the eye can't quite define. It extends left and right for about 80 feet, with the far wall about 50 feet ahead of you. There's an archway directly ahead, and you can just make out a shaft of dusty moonlight in the chamber beyond.
So Hyun's kind of like, I mean, he hasn't quite seen any of these things. He thinks maybe they're sort of like acting up for the show and still, getting it for all the footage and stuff. So he's like, guys, the way out, it's here. Get some shots of the walls. Get some shots of this on the way out.
Let's get out of here. There's skeletons behind that. It's going to drag us back into the crypt and kill us.
The hell are you talking about?
Skeletons? What are you talking about? Skeletons?
They're alive back there. Come on, we gotta go. We just
This ain't no Harryhausen movie here, guys. What?
You're struck by another vision, unless you want to try and stop it.
No, I'll accept it.
You suddenly find yourself chained hand and foot and being pushed through the chamber floor lit by torches. And as you look up, there's the smell of stale decay. There's the din of flies filling the air. And looking back, you see a Roman legionnaire, gladius drawn and pointed at you. So, speaking to somebody you can't see in the flickering shadows. Even though it's in Latin, you can understand exactly what's being said. I come as part of the delegation of Rome. The pox has gripped the city, and it is feared we may have angered Morbus in some unknowable way. Rome offers tribute in the form of sacrifice, and that you would pray for us to be spared. You guys all see Enoch suddenly drop to the floor to his hands and knees. Had to have hurt, too, by the looks of how hard he fell. And you see him look back scared over his shoulder. He's experiencing this.
Hey, Enoch, are you okay? You really saved my butt back there. Are you okay, Enoch? And he sort of waves his hand in front of his face.
I'm still in it at that point, am I, Alex? Or can I,
Speak to me, buddy. What's going on in town?
Can I close the sight at that point then?
Yep. You have enough magic points?
Oh. Yeah, I do, yeah.
Are you okay, dude? What did you see?
There were Romans here, and they were sacrificing people to stop the plague. I think that's what these things are. I don't know. We need to get out of here.
Don't have to say that twice. Come on,
Enoch. The camera's not on. What are you?
It's not about the camera. This is real. This is not gesturing towards Corrina. This is not for camera. This is really whatever happened here was really, really bad, guys. We just need to go.
Boss, you gotta trust me. There was skeleton.
Did anyone else go on ahead while this is happening? Or so Hyeon, did you keep going? Or
Hyeon was kind of like, he was sort of stepping ahead and sort of like looking back and a bit like, yeah, he's hoping everyone would just sort of catch up with him.
So what the rest of you doing then?
Marco will say that, but he's following Hyeon. They're trying to get the hell out of there.
All right.
He wants you. He's desperate to get the footage back up, and he thinks that if they get outside, they can get signal.
All right. So you guys move on ahead. The room beyond, while the others are sort of still back a bit. So who went forward? Was Hyeon, Marco? What about Corrina? Where's Corrina right now? Are you staying with?
If I see Marco go, I will go with him.
Pete is helping Enoch along. You know, we don't want to be.
Yeah.
All right.
Stopping.
All right. Are you resisting at all, Enoch? You going along?
No, I want to go. I want to.
So you help the big man to his feet, and you kind of go after them. When you get to the doorway, Hyeon, Marco, and Corrina, you guys sort of step through, and this room is slightly lit from a shaft of moonlight coming in from a grate above. The chamber beyond seems older than the Roman temple. It's some sort of carved grotto with tapered pillars reaching up toward the ceiling. In the middle of the floor is a 10-foot opening, like a well, from which you can hear a kind of thick sloshing. In the center of the ceiling is a round opening covered with an iron grate. That's where the moonlight is coming from. You spot something tied to the grate, and as your eyes follow it down, you see a robed figure suspended over the pit by the neck, its masked head bowed low in front. A plague monk. You can't see the face, but the hands appear to be desiccated as if it's been there for a long time. Standing at the edge of the well, you see M's back.
M?
She's facing the well.
M, you all right there?
How'd you make it down here so fast? Could have told us.
M, you might.
You hear her whispering something.
Speak up, kiddo.
And she's kind of rocking like this.
I'm gonna try to rush to her to grab her away from the pit. I don't want her to fall.
As you saw the monk, his head rises with a series of popping cracks.
Oh shit!
And I'm gonna need a sanity check.
Is this from all of us?
Yes.
That's a fail.
I got an 8.
I got a success, a 32 over a 51, so regular success.
I got a 10 over a 19.
Nice.
That's a fail by 2 or Pete.
All right. Well, everyone succeeded. You take 1.
Okay.
Pete, you're taking 4.
Mm-hmm.
And who else failed?
Corrina.
Okay. 4.
Keeper, Pete is at his floor.
Perfect. Good timing. And I need everyone to make a power roll.
Ooh. I got a 20.
Okay.
It's a hard success.
All my rolls are coming in.
Extreme success for Pete.
Okay.
Bruce.
I got a 12 over 50, just shy of an extreme success.
I got a 69 over 60. Can I spend 6 luck?
Yeah.
To make that one? Okay.
Oh, I'll spend 2 luck and make mine an extreme success.
Ooh.
I'm going to spend 1 luck to just make it a
This is
success.
Everyone's spending their luck. This is it.
So everyone succeeded. So, you all feel compelled to look into the pit. You're drawn to it in much the same way that it looks like M has been. Now, as you get closer to her, you can hear her whispering. You can hear her more clearly. She's like, and you finally hear Hastalik, 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 Hastalik. And she's whispering it over and over and over. As you looked on and you saw this monk, he reaches up with a knife and cuts the rope that he's hanging from and drops himself into the pit. You can hear him saying something in Latin, and I'll say that maybe Enoch, because you were still sort of hearing the Roman legionnaire almost. He says, "The witnesses have arrived," and it cuts, and he falls into the pit. Now M is screaming, "Hastalik, Hastalik, Hastalik," as she holds her arms up. You see in her hand is the dagger that you threw aside.
I'm going to try and take the dagger from her and try and calm her. I'm going to try and come on, Em! God's sake!
Yeah, but shouldn't we look into the pit before? I mean...
Yeah. Inside the pit, you see this sort of terrifying slurry of putrid flesh and fluid that's sort of swirling around within in this very sort of deliberate manner. You watch as this monk sort of hits it with kind of and just gets pulled in, and you watch as he almost liquefies the moment he touches it. You can hear the ground begin to sort of tremble as this is happening, and a moment later there are cracks that radiate out and another one of these earthquakes. So what are you guys going to do at this point?
I repeat to everyone that he said the witnesses have arrived.
Do we need a sanity check for what we are
No,
seeing
not
in
yet.
the pit? Oh, great. Perfect. Amazing. Love it.
I'm going to wrestle. I'm trying to wrestle the dagger off.
Okay. Oh, you're gonna grab her. Okay. In that case, give me a. I guess it'd be a fighting brawl. She's going to fight. She's going to fight back.
Oh.
Maybe he has a bonus die because I told you I was going to try to grab her away from the pit.
Sure. Yeah, that's fair enough. So yeah, you can have a bonus die for that. She got a hard success.
Oh. Let me just use that bonus die. Okay, so I got a 22 over a 25, but if I use 10 luck, I would have a hard success. Did she get a really good hard success?
Well, it doesn't matter. It's if you match a hard success, doesn't matter by how much. You would still win in a tie because she was fighting back.
Then I am using 10 luck because I feel like it's a now or never situation. So I'm using 10 luck, wrestling her. Corrina's coming in and grabbing her, and then I'm like trying to get.
So she turns. You grab her arm. She turns toward you, and she tries to bring the dagger down into your neck and shoulder, and you manage to like grab it and stop it, and with the blade just sort of like quivering like right near your throat.
Can I try and jump in and grab her arm?
Yeah,
as well?
absolutely.
He's wading in as well.
Okay, so you're all near the pit. By the way, the smell has hit you now. That's coming from the pit. From this slurry. So who's not involved in the fight at the moment? I guess just Hyeon. So Hyeon, as you're watching this, as they're on the edge of the pit, maybe within a couple feet, kind of struggling with her. You see the ground sort of begin to move all around you, and things break as these bodies begin to pull themselves out of the ground and crawl toward the pit, and they're dragging themselves.
Okay.
Sanity check.
Okay. Oh, yeah. 36 out of 51.
All right.
Oh, I've got one more to go, and then I've lost a fifth. I'm just hanging on there.
Join us.
Yeah, I've already lost a fifth.
Join us.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, the bout of madness is pretty much fueling the compulsions that are going on at the moment. Because I need you all to make power check, as you can feel the draw of this pit. You do manage to pull him back away from it a bit, like about a couple of feet. As you're struggling, she does try to pull away from you.
There is one.
Do we manage to take the knife from her?
Yeah.
Great,
Marco won that, so I'm gonna say he got the knife. Managed to twist it out of her hand.
Does it feel like, it changes the way she behaves?
Doesn't seem to.
Ah, shit.
Just kind of get the knife off her and almost just hold her back at arm's length. Oh, Em, what the hell? What the fuck wrong with you? What's she doing?
All right. Now, before we make this power check, by the way, what is everyone's, what do you call it?
Exposure?
Their exposure level.
I'm on 7.
Okay. So you're gonna have a penalty die on this.
1.
You're fine. Anyone have more than
6?
Okay. Yeah, actually, only a penalty die, I guess, for Enoch.
It's all right. Got lucky with my penalty die. Still got a 26.
Okay.
Open your sight.
Wait.
I got a 76 out of 60.
Okay.
Hard success for Pete. 29 out of 75.
Failure.
Okay.
Regular success. 47 out of 50.
Did anyone fail?
Yeah, I did, but can I spend luck on it?
Yeah, you should be able to. It's not a sanity check or luck. So
Okay, great. Okay. Then I'll spend 2 luck and make it a success.
This is where my maths comes in. 76. I'll spend 16 luck.
Okay.
To make that a success.
But you all hear this pit calling to you to join us. And for the briefest moment, those of you who failed but ended up spelling your luck, for the briefest moment, you wanted nothing but the rapture of joining with that mass in this oneness beneath.
I'm going to look around for an exit to this place. He's been to this place before in a different sort of life, and he knows that everybody just has to say no every single time. No, and just look for an exit.
The recent shakeup has caused some sections to fall in here. Some sections, and there's a section of the wall that has fallen that has broken part of the roof in, and you can see this lemon tree that has sort of fallen into the hole and leads up. On the far side, you can see a small little archway exit. From behind you, as you're sort of looking around, you see the shuffling mass of corpses all moving toward the pit to join with it.
Okay, everybody, come on. We gotta go.
Is the knife doing anything?
No.
Is the knife...
It's not currently doing anything to you at the moment that other than... Yeah, no, you're sort of preoccupied at the moment.
I'll grab M's wrist and try and get her to come with it.
Okay.
Come on, everybody's going. Let's go.
She's going to pull away from you.
I'm going to hold on to her.
As you're pulling, you feel her arm sort of bend weirdly, and it almost turns to like liquid. And you watch as she begins to dissolve in front of you, collapsing to the ground as she makes a couple loose steps toward the pit and just collapses into liquid and bits of bone in your hands. Give me a sanity check.
God, does it go all over my Gucci jacket?
Marco, what did you do?
You'll do that, right?
Yeah. You all saw that at this point.
Okay, so I got a 92 over an 18.
Okay.
Failure again.
All right.
Yeah, I failed.
Yeah, failed. 82 over 49.
Let's see. 4 for Marco. Only 1 for Pete.
Dream success for Pete. He got a 7 over 16.
All right. 7 for Hyeon.
Oh.
5 for... Who else failed? So 5 for Enoch. What about Corrina?
Yeah, failure as well.
Okay, 5 for Corrina.
I've now dropped to below.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, at this point, you're just, most of you're just screaming at all this.
Yeah.
Everything seems to be falling apart around you.
Hysterical.
As you sort of struggle to take all this in, there's you see a blackened sort of insect-like legs sort of reach out from the pit and hit the side, and another, and you see this sort of vile abomination sort of heave itself out, and it kind of begins to sort of growing as more mass is added as these corpses begin throwing themselves into the pit to add to it.
Okay, Pete's pulling that gun out of his jacket. And he is cracking off whatever shots are left in that gun, screaming at everyone, go, 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 get out of here.
Marco's going to stab at it with the knife. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, this thing seems to be composed of infected flesh that's forming itself into this horrific avatar of Pastilic. It's translucent corpse gray, sort of membranous skin, sort of bulges with screaming faces that shift and writhe within. The sort of head of this thing is bruise-colored, massive, sort of a vaguely like just a glob on top. It lets out a ululating chitter that causes more dust to fall as it sort of begins to rise. So what do you guys want to do?
He's gonna try to run away.
Okay.
Run.
Which way are you running?
Away.
I think that
Peter's pointed out the exit.
showed us a way out.
Yeah, there's only.
So I'm gonna try to follow Pete's
There's
advice.
really two ways at the moment. One is there looks like there might be a little doorway on the other side, but all you see is darkness beyond. You have no idea where it goes, and then you see where part of the section of wall has fallen, and you see one of one of these big lemon trees from the grove that's sort of fallen into the pit, covered in flies. At this point, there are flies swarming everywhere. At this point, but you barely notice them, with the corpses sort of crawling around. Your brain sort of leaking out of your ears at this point as your sanity is just being drained away by what you're seeing. Yeah, so which way are you gonna head?
Hyeon's gonna go for the tunnel. He's gonna go for the dog.
Okay, so you go around the pit and you head off in that direction.
Yeah, he's got a head torch. He's like, I can make it.
Great.
I'm gonna trust Pete and go towards the tree on the fallen wall and try to climb that.
All right, so you're going for the tree. Pete's going for the tree. What about Marco?
Marco, just in insanity and holding the dagger, when this thing pops up in front of him, he's just gonna go. Ah! He's just kind of stabbing at it.
Okay, yeah, give me a fighting brawl.
I hope this works.
I've got a 36 over a 25, but I think I've still got enough luck. Yeah, because I've got 40 luck left. So I'm going to use 11 luck to hit.
Okay. All right, you stab into this thing, and there's more resistance than you would have thought, but you just have into it. You feel the blade, the handle of the blade, immediately soften in your hand as it turns into a little pseudopod that then wraps around your hand and your wrist, and it's pulling you in.
Be close enough to grab him?
Yeah, I'm still close by. Can we?
Enoch would be.
Can I grab?
Yeah,
Marco
absolutely.
Around
Enoch!
like the torso.
Save me, Enoch!
I got you, Marco. I got you. And I just try and yank him away.
I've been nothing but good to you, man. I've been nothing but good to you. You saved me here.
I assume Marco's going to help you, so you can make the strength check with the bonus die.
Okay. I got a 46, which is a regular success.
Okay.
A 46 over 17.
Okay. Yeah, you easily pull him through. Marco, you're gonna take 6 points of damage as he pulled you free, mostly free, as your hand up to the wrist was kind of liquefied as it was pulled away in kind of long string, like, and you fall back on the floor.
Is the knife still in his hand?
No, the knife is gone along with the hand.
No, the knife is gone. Yeah.
Yeah, the knife actually turned into the pseudopod that sort of wrapped around his hand. So.
Right. Okay.
I'm assuming use your right hand. So yeah, your right hand is currently missing. What's your total hit points?
It was 13, but I'd already taken 4 from falling debris.
Right. Yeah, but you didn't lose more than half in a single thing. So I just want to make sure.
No.
So yeah, you pull him back, and you see that his hand is gone. It's just so this black, almost like a rotten decay where the stump is, like right about maybe here.
I try and help him out. Come on, Marco, we gotta get out of here. Come on, go.
Come on, Marco. This.
Oh, so are you heading for the tunnel or the tree?
I think with the one-handed man, we might go for the tunnel.
Okay. You realize you might have some problems with the tunnel because it's pretty small.
Enoch, don't leave me here.
Then I change my mind and we try and get at the tree.
You can't climb up a tree, Enoch. Right. What are you doing, you crazy fool?
I can pull you up, Marco. I'll pull you up. Wait, Pete, you help. We can get him up here.
Pete is going to help Enoch get Marco up that tree, and hopefully Corrina's making her way out.
All right, very cool.
Yeah, I'm already gone, if that's possible.
Sorry, Hyeon.
I'm not waiting for anyone.
We just all ditched Hyeon. That's what
Spektral Krew is me and you.
He was doing his own thing.
So, you went to that tunnel, and you began making your way down to the tunnel. It's very narrow. I mean, even compared to the previous ones you were in. But you begin making your way through. It's unlike the others, which was more of a maze. This is a straight run, straight ahead. And so you're making pretty good time. You can hear some horrible things happening in the distance behind you, but you continue on forward. You end up getting a sort of smell of sea air, and a little bit fresher as you continue on. Back to the group, you're trying to make your way up this kind of slope of dirt and rock and rubble along with this tree, which makes it a bit easier. So who's going to be, are you going to try and help Marco up? Is that the deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think if I could coordinate it to a certain extent, I'm going to say, Pete, you climb up, you can help pull him up, and I'm just going to try and push him up as best as I can.
All right. So Marco, I'll have you make the strength rolls, but you're going to get 2 bonus dice. Actually, we're going to take 1 away because of your wound. So just roll with a bonus die.
Okay, because that's good because I just rolled all the zeros.
I rolled all the zeros.
All the zeros. Okay, that's not great. So 90 over 60.
90? 90?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys are having a hell of a time trying to get him up. He's trying to grab hold. But it's his left hand. He's not strong with his left hand. He's trying to grab on, but he keeps slipping and falling. You keep having to catch him. And meanwhile, you're aware that this thing behind you is growing. And as part of the ceiling breaks, as his head begins to sort of tower through it, kind of bursting through, and more of these bodies are sort of adding to it. Pete, What are you doing?
Pete wants to. Pete's pretty good at climbing, so he's going to climb up and pull him up.
Hey, Pete,
Yeah?
Okay. Pete, where you going, Pete?
All right, boss. We'll climb up and then we'll swing you up like a gibbon or something.
Okay.
What about you, Corrina?
Corrina, didn't you say you'd long gone?
Yeah, indeed. I mean, I think I went first, and I didn't stay.
Oh, okay. So you already climbed. I'm sorry, I
be...
missed that part. My bad.
Yeah, I ran away.
Okay, so yeah, just give me a strength check with a bonus die.
Yeah, of course. Boop, beep, boom, beep, boom, with a bonus die. Here we go. Okay, so that should be poppy. That's a success.
Okay, so yeah, you had no problem climbing up the slope in the tree, kind of making your way up to the top. You come out at the edge of the grove, part of which is sort of collapsed now, and in the distance you can see the hospital. The moon is pretty much overhead at this point, and near the hospital you can see this mob shambling figures all moving towards this area. They're all sort of heading this way. You can sort of get an idea of where you are, and you know where the path is to the bridge, for example. You can get that way. There are other ways to get to the beach.
I'm running towards the bridge.
Okay, so you're gonna go straight. You're gonna head toward the bridge.
Yeah, straight ahead.
Okay. All right. So you begin running. Pete, you're gonna help.
Yep, he's got a hard climb success, 25 over 50.
Okay. Yeah, no problem at all. So I'll I'll just have you make a strength check with a bonus stat to help get him up at this point, as Enoch is helping below.
46 over 60.
Okay. Between the two of you, you both managed to pull it. It takes a little bit longer, but you managed to get him up to the top.
Gotta go. We gotta go.
I mean, at this point, Marco, your arm is pretty much numb up to the elbow. You can't feel it, fortunately, but you're still in shock at what happened. You see the moon. You see the moonlight above. At this point, Corrina is been gone, but you see the head of this thing kind of erupt from the top of from the ground as it continues to grow, as more mass is added to it. And you're seeing these figures that approaching the edge of this great opening, that they're literally just throwing themselves in, adding to its mass as it continues to grow. You see these rats scurrying along the ground near you, all heading towards it. All these corrupted animals and so forth being drawn to it. As even though you were able to resist it, you all feel that you still feel that pull somewhere in the back of your mind, like what a relief it would be to join with Hastalik, and then you have to shake your head to stop the repeating of the name in your head. Hastalik. So what do you guys do?
Run.
Okay.
Run for the bridge fast as we can.
You're heading for the bridge. Great.
Yep.
You can hear the thud of helicopters overhead.
Oh. Okay.
Marco gets his phone out. He's in shock. He's still got one working hand. Has he got any signal?
Yeah. You have full bars.
He'll click record on his phone and then hold it up to the thing as they're running.
All right.
You got a head camera too.
And is that still working?
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
You watch as spotlights in the air come on, and you see that they're illuminating this massive what to your eye looks like a massive bacteriophage, sort of just standing over the island as it's absorbing more of this flesh, adding to itself.
Pete is still running and telling everyone, "Come on, let's go. We gotta go."
Meanwhile, at the bridge, Corrina, you reach the bridge.
Good news.
Hyeon, you've come out actually just below the bridge. Like there's a small little hidden walkway that comes down the side of the cliff almost to this hidden opening. That you come out and you manage to find this, and you look up and you see Corrina running onto the bridge and across.
Can I get up to the bridge?
Yes, yeah.
Easily.
It's narrow,
Okay.
but it's not hard.
I'm gonna scramble up to the bridge. I'm gonna take out my phone. I'm gonna call Maya as well at the same time.
You click on, and you have full signal. But the minute you dial, you get this kind of like, and then you hear something in Italian.
Okay. He's like, okay. Puts it back in his pocket, carries on scrambling up, and he's like, Corrina!
Yeah, you hear Hyeon yelling.
Oh, it's you. Go here, that way. Hurry up.
We gotta go. What happened to the others?
If they're lucky enough, they'll run. Go now to the beach.
All right, so you guys make it to the other side of the bridge. Meanwhile, you guys see this thing towering over the trees. I'm gonna have everyone, since you can all see this thing, make another sanity check, just at this large sort of kaiju-sized bacteriophage.
Regular 57 over 59.
I got a failure.
Okay.
I got an 80 over a 45.
Okay, Pete, you're gonna take 2.
I got a 29 over 14.
I got a 91 over a 14.
Okay. Enoch, you take 5.
Okay.
7 for Marco. Corrina.
Failure as well.
Okay. 6. And how about what was it? Who's left?
Me. I
Okay,
succeeded.
so you just take 2.
Puts me on 7 sanity left out of 50, so I am below 1/5.
Oh yeah, you're pretty much freaking out at this point. You're losing it. You're basically trying to cling to your sanity by just recording it all. You know, you're determined to get it all recorded at any cost whatsoever. Exactly. Yeah. Someone has to know about this. So you guys are making your way through what's left of the lemon grove toward the bridge. The helicopters are sort of circling this thing. You see it sort of lunging out with these pseudopods at it, at them, trying to almost swipe them out of the sky. You also hear the sound of what sound like jets somewhere overhead, moving somewhere in the darkness above.
I'm just going to stop and stand still and start filming all this because this is going to be 2 million subscribers.
Pete grabbing.
Yeah. Grabbing the other side of it. Dragging him along.
Oh, guys, this is it. We're gonna 2 million subscribers. There's jets in the sky.
Get out of here, boss.
As you guys are running for the bridge, you hear the thundering behind you of this thing as it's moving in your direction fast.
Yeah, run. Just run for the bridge.
No, in Jurassic Park, you got to stand still.
No, boss, keep moving. There's something silver at the end of the bridge which might help us.
Bacteriophages hunt based on movement.
Yeah.
So, but you guys make it to the bridge. What about now, Corrina and Hyeon? What are you guys doing? You guys made it across where you headed for the beach?
As soon as I reach the beach, I'm gonna start swimming.
Okay. you dive into the water and begin just swimming out.
I know that we have sea mines around, so I'm gonna try to not accidentally, blow myself up. But still, I'm not staying on that bloody island.
Yeah.
I prefer to take the risk, and therefore I swim.
Fair enough.
Hyun's not gonna do anything that drastic. He's gonna go to the lighthouse before that and see if he can patch in to get a signal beyond that dial tone.
So you get to there. The rest of you reach the bridge as this thing is behind you. It came up much faster than you wanted to. As it reaches the edge of the bridge, though, you see it stop suddenly, and for the briefest moment, you see this kind of shimmering sort of flash of sort of dark purple light that stopped it.
Does it just happen to be exactly where that crest we found?
Yes, it is.
Earlier on.
It is.
Be allergic to silver or something. Keep running.
Yeah, we keep going.
You're kind of watching it, and you watch as parts of it begin to sort of break off into flies, and you watch them kind of swarm around the repeater you have on that side. Every device that you guys are carrying now, whether it's a phone, anything that's been linked into your network, flies begin coming out of these devices.
Oh. Pete throws his phone away.
Okay. They just begin coming out of the device, and you watch as this thing is sort of feeding itself into the repeater and coming out basically from your devices on the other side.
Yeah, we should have picked up those repeaters.
Still hard in mind. I'm still filming.
Okay.
Marco was abandon the equipment.
And they're literally flies sort of they seem to be just pouring out of your phone.
I can't even wipe them away.
Hyun, you get in there and you start to try and get a signal out. You realize you have full connection, but something or someone is blocking your signal, and it's being deliberately prevented from reaching anywhere.
Okay. What time is it at the moment?
It's let's see. It would have been about 2 a.m. maybe.
Okay, so a good few hours before we're due to be picked up then. Okay. Be eaten by a bacterial phage or join Corrina in the Mind Sea. I guess he's going to sort of go in between. He's going to go on the beach. He's going to call to Corrina, and he's going to wait and see if the other guys turn up.
All right, Corrina, you trying to give me a strength check?
Yeah, of course.
As you're swimming out into the deep water, the Mediterranean.
It's a failure.
Okay, so you're struggling a bit. You're not going to drown like that. I mean, I'm assuming that she's not completely incompetent. You're struggling. You're getting tired. It's been a long night. And you take a break and you begin treading water as you're sort of looking at this place from above, and you can hear the jets coming in as the helicopters begin veering off and pulling away. What are the rest of you guys doing? Pete, Enoch, and Marco.
Yeah. Are we on the beach yet?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys keep running, you guys make it to the beach.
Yeah. Pete's seen it now. He's running for some caves if there are any.
not really any caves. The only real cover would be the lighthouse itself.
No, he'll be heading for the water then.
Okay. What about Hyeon?
Hyeon is, when he hears the jets, he's just going to jump in the water, start swimming after Corrina.
Okay.
Marco's filming on the beach.
All right.
I'm going to bat his phone out of his hand.
Okay. All right.
Come on, boys.
So I'm assuming he's not paying that close attention. You knock it aside.
Enoch, Marco, let's get in the water.
As you're making your way to the water. Finally, you see jets coming in low over the water as they're approaching. You watch as missiles are fired. You watch as Hassler gets hit. Massive fireballs erupting on the island. More jets coming in from behind. Basically, the island's being firebombed as you're watching these massive fireballs because they're erupting into the sky. Fortunately, you guys are far enough away at the edge of this small island as the place is utterly decimated by this attack. Corrina, you're sort of watching it from the water, seeing it reflected in the thing as the, at first you see the explosion, and then a moment later you hear the concussion of the blast. Another one hits, and another one, and just pretty soon the entire island is just enveloped in flame. So much so that, Corrina, you don't even notice as a boat pulls up behind you.
Oh.
And a spotlight shines down on you. And you hear voices in Italian calling down to you. You also hear the racking of several rifles as you have guns pointing on you.
How's Marco swimming out there with one arm? Is he doing all right?
Not really, no. But you see the same thing. You see these lights on you. Another smaller boat lands on the shore. And unless anyone's going to resist in any significant way, within a matter of minutes, these Italian military folks, all in dark jumpsuits with the DSS initials on it, taking you into custody. You're brought out to the boats as the island burns, and you all get sort of one last as your hands are zip tied. You all get one last look at the island as it burns before you're brought below decks for questioning.
Million subscribers.
You went viral.
Yeah, I mean, just one thing. What is it the thing about this whole scenario that you've kind of really taken away from it? You've really enjoyed about it as a scenario that we've been able to run. So, Pete, we'll start with you, putting you right on the spot here, Pete.
It's hard to say one thing. There's so many things I liked about this scenario. So I'm going to say them all. I don't care. So I really loved the whole, because I got this as a character where you guys didn't. I was getting texts and stuff from Maya, from the Keeper, about the feed, about the users, about the super users, all that kind of stuff. And it really prompted a bit of what my character was doing. All the prompts of what Marco was doing sort of came from that. Some of them were his, some of them I kind of pushed on. You're never going to know. I loved that kind of aspect where the Keeper can kind of step in a little bit indirectly to control things. So there's a few really good mechanics in that. But the one thing I really liked was the sort of don't look now aspect of Enoch's character, where he was the psychic and Corrina I would have thought quite clearly a fraud who's free research bits is what I'm guessing. But I love that idea of this guy who has all the psychic talent, who's not in the limelight, who is the one who picked it up.
Enoch, be quiet, for God's sake.
So I really liked that. I thought that was really, really good. Yeah. So a couple of things there, but
okay. Really, thank you, Pete. Thank you very much. Cosmic, let's go over to you.
Yeah. I'm going to echo that. The extra bits that made me as a player go, huh? Was when Charles came out with all this background information about the Italian officer that shot himself, and I was like, how did you know? How did you know that? So having those extra bits and pieces, where Pete coming through with the text and the chat and all that kind of stuff, my character sort of like not really saying much about themselves, and then sort of like going off on one and that. But yeah, just those little extra bits added to the characters. That was my favorite part, I have to admit.
And Lewis, over to you.
For me, again, I think Enoch as a character I really, really enjoyed, but the whole group, I think, as a concept and just the idea of who the Spektral Krew were. And I like that we could play that slightly different individual to us. But the mechanic of the site, where I've got to use magic points, has been really fun. And also kind of hard, because it's like, well, when do I open that? When do I not? And that's what, that must make it so refreshing for every different version of this you play. Because there must be other times where players would have gone, oh, I want the site open for that, or they kept the site open. Mm-hmm. And I think that for just the variety and the range that you can potentially use that for is such a brilliant mechanic. And then layered with the fact that I've got this and I can't even really tell anyone about it, made it that extra little bit special.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice, really good. And I have to say, you're kind of echoing / stealing what I wanted to highlight there. I feel, and obviously we'll hear from Alex soon, but I feel that the pre-gens, the characters that you get with this scenario are the absolute core of it. They are the core of the characters, their relationships. But even though even you guys then as a team, you've all talked about how each individual got certain things that were theirs, and within that it creates a really, really strong group of pre-gens. Because a lot of the time, we get pre-gens that they've got certain skills in certain areas, and they're fun to play and they've got different things, but these guys, they have got very specific individual handouts that are directly for them, but also still allow that agency to play the character the way you want to play it. Yeah. Outstanding pre-gens that have allowed us to really string out your scenario, Alex. Alex, over to you.
Actually, Charles, I think.
Oh, Charles. Sorry, Charles.
No, I really enjoyed the dynamics of the pre-gens. Who was actually believing that Corrina was real, who thinking she was a fraud, who knew all along that she was, kind of messy. I just think that the whole relationship between all the Spektral Krew is working really well and is really interesting. You have something to play off and something to play with, which is absolutely great. And it was fantastic, guys, to play with you. I think we all had fun with that. Apart from that, I think it's a really good modern scenario. You don't have that many scenarios going on right now that you feel like are really right now. With this whole streaming live and trying to get subscribers and stuff like that, it's fun and you actually feel involved in it. So it was really clever and really well done.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. And that's another thing actually that Charles, you've really pointed out there is a whole agenda for the whole crew. They've got their, individual kind of things and the individual handouts, but collectively the agenda is the Spektral Krew and the subscribers. And that really does add a huge aspect to the believability of why are they still there? Why are they still chasing this down? Why are they getting the hell out of there? It's because, that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, absolutely right, Charles.
And it's also interesting to see when, where they're going to crack, when are they going to start to be like, well, subscribers, it's nice. Staying alive, it's better. But,
lemons from the lemon grove, that's where it's at.
That's right.
Alex, for you as keeper, for you as writer as well, what have you kind of enjoyed about us being able to run this together?
Well, I just want to point out one little quick behind the scenes thing. When Bud and I were talking about the name for this, and I can't express how exciting it was when we came up with the name Viral, because because it has the double meaning, right? It's about this group that wants to go viral online, but then of course you're talking about this elder god that is, basically a god of disease and plague, viruses. So it was like a perfect, once we had that, we just knew that was the name for sure. Well, there are two parts that are a blast to run with this. One is, well, number one, we using a unique mythos entity. Because a lot of times, a lot of the same ones you use, which I still love, like Nyarlathotep and all that. But, sometimes it's just fun when you don't know what you're up against, But from a keeper standpoint, the big mechanic in this is like Pete was, talking about how the keeper can sort of railroad the group without railroading, if that makes sense, because it's all coming from the point of view of, your viewers and getting the viewer count up. And if you want, if you want the characters to do something, you give them super chats, you throw in some other incentives. You have Maya on the other end who's sort of directing things and saying, oh, well, you guys really should keep moving. We're starting to lose some subscribers here. So it's a neat way to kind of in a soft way to move things along in a way it doesn't feel like you're being railroaded, because it's all in-game sort of stuff, if that makes sense. I love the sort of ending of this where it's the Innsmouth initiative where where they're just going to just sort of wipe it out and be done with it. So having the military show up is kind of fun, in that respect as well.
On the other end of Delta Green,
I have some questions for you guys about a couple of things, but I don't know if you want to get into that at this point. But yeah, so those are sort of my favorite bits of running it from that perspective. It's always fun to see where the characters are always going to take it differently, even with the exact same characters.
Well, we might sneak a few of those questions offline and treat the audience to those another time, maybe, as a little bit of secret extra stuff certain there. But for now, we wanted to say for you, Alex, thank you so much for being our keeper, running this scenario. It's been so much fun. We've had an absolute blast doing it. And it is one hell of a scenario. You listeners, you can, crewers at home, you can pick this up in their Miskatonic repository from the Drive-Thru RPG. It is a fantastic scenario. In fact, it is this scenario. It is a fantastic scenario. It's in print on demand as well. So until next time, crewers, thank you very much. And until the curtain rises again. If you like the show and want to support the Miskatonic Playhouse, you can do this for as little as £1 on Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/Miskatonic Playhouse. And we would be incredibly thankful if you could take the time to leave a review wherever you listen to our podcast or watch our videos. You can also join us on Discord, Facebook, and other social media platforms via our website, www.miskatonicplayhouse.com, and through the links found in the show notes. Until next time, when the curtain rises again.